What's up, everyone, my fantastic people? For the returning subscribers, welcome back, and for the new guys, welcome if this is your first time here, which I know there is 6-8% of you guys who are new here. My name is Joshua Drake. Welcome to Epictastic Joshua. I talk movies, TV, music, and anime, and this is going to be my thoughts on the Canadian comedy drama I Used to Be Funny. I Used to Be Funny is directed by Pankiw, and this stars Rachel Sennott, Sabrina Jalees, Hearon, Ennis Esmer, Dani Kind, and Jason Jones. The premise of this movie is that we follow a stand-up comedian named Sam, who is living in Toronto, Canada, who is struggling with depression that has impacted her career after Brooke, a young girl who she previously served as a nanny for, goes missing. That's basically essentially our premise of the film. This movie is presented in a non-linear narrative. So that's basically our premise when it comes to the film. There's always those hidden gems in 2024 or every year where there's a movie that was not particularly on your radar, and also one of those movies that not a lot of people talk about, and I have had the pleasure to find some of those hidden gems, and this is one of them. I think that this is a very good first-time directorial effort, which this does bring a droll edge to a deeply serious subject matter, which, of course, you're going through, seeing a character going through depression and PTSD, but let's talk about this. Starting off with the positives is, I will say, I really like the way the story was being told. I appreciate the fact that Pankiw, this is her first time directing, and she does a very good job in the directing department. I will say that she does a very good job in terms of filmmaking and in terms of direction. What we're able to see is that we're seeing a character, Sam, who is going through a spiraling depression and PTSD, try to laugh and get through things, but she's also dealing with a heavy burden on her shoulders. And I really did think that was one of my favorite parts of the movie that I was enjoying, because it was being told in a way that I thought was really competently well made. And you see the fact that this is a character that is going through some pretty serious stuff throughout this movie, but I will say that the story of her finding her way is something we've seen, but I think what makes it stand out is having a missing girl in here, and I did find that to be the best part of the movie. I can also say the pace does feel like it's on pause a little bit in a few areas, but I was still really invested into the story here, and I'll say that's my favorite part of the film. It kept me interested throughout the 106-minute runtime. The cinematography in this movie is really well done. It's also very well edited, and the music is also really good here. So I will definitely really enjoy that part of the film. You can tell they really do commit into what they want to bring into it from a technical standpoint, and also from acting standpoint. I will say Rachel Sennott, I have really been impressed by her, and I think she's also really funny, and also she is, of course, very beautiful. But between this, Shiva Baby, and Bodies, I want to see more of Rachel Sennott. She has a lot in her that she brings, and it carries out in this film. She's really good at her at being funny, which I know that because I watched some of her stuff on YouTube, interviews. But she also is able to bring a more dramatic and emotional performance where she is really vulnerable and very heartbroken in it. So I really do think that Rachel does a very good job into the emotional department. I also will say the rest of the cast here, like Olga Petsa, Jason Jones, Sabrina Jalees, Hearon, Ennis Esmer, Dani Kind, Huda Hershey, Steven Alexander, every one of those actors do a really good job there, and I really enjoyed them. You also have Paloma Nunez, not Paola Nunez. She's done stuff like Spotlight and Shazam, the first one, and Peter Pan and Wendy. So I will say the supporting cast does a really good job, and I think they really bring this movie down. And I did not see a trailer for this. I went in cold turkey with this, and I'm glad I did here, because this is actually really well done here. And the movie, it gets you through, and I'm sitting there liking this, and likable characters, and it's very endearing, and you're intrigued that you want to see what's going on here. So I definitely like that. I will say the only issues I will have when it comes to this film is that there are times where some of the writing in a few areas and some of the way the structure of the story could turn some people off. And I'm not speaking for myself, but I'm just saying this will not work for everyone here. And I will say that is one of the bigger issues in terms of it. But you know what? That is an issue I was able to overlook as I was watching the film, because I was really enjoying what this movie was giving. And I can also say the subject matter of PTSD and the missing girl, you definitely have seen that, but you know, I think the way it's done here is very interesting. But there are moments where it can play a little bit with your heartstrings here. So that is one of the other issues I think the movie does have. But with that being said, overall I thought this was a very good comedy drama that had a really good story. It had a really good performance from Rachel Sennott, and despite the emotional performance here, and despite the heavy subject matter and a few of the writing issues, I can recommend this one. So if you have yet to see this, I would suggest giving it a chance. Just know you're gonna get a little bit of a comedy drama, and I think you will enjoy it. Well, that's gonna do it for the video that you just watched. If you want to see more, my channel icon is up here. If you want to see more content from me, all my social medias are right here in this end card. I will also leave a playlist and a video here for you to see what the channel is about. As always, acknowledge me, stay epictastic, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.